Now, the main principle of riba is that there's a rule among the scholars, the fuqaha, and they know it by saying أيما قرض جر نفعا فهو ربا. And some say that this is a hadith, but most likely it's not an authentic hadith, yet the consensus of scholars upon it. Any loan that draws benefit for the lender is riba. And they give so many stories about it. And among the stories is that Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on his soul, once lent his neighbor some money. And it was a habit of Abu Hanifa to sit outside his house in the shade of his neighbor's house from Asr till Maghrib. And all of a sudden he stopped. So his neighbor asked him, why don't you sit in my shade anymore? It's on the street. He said, because I had lent you money. And I'm afraid that sitting in the shade of your house would be a benefit drawn over that loan I had given you. And it would be riba. Subhanallah. Any benefit one gets over a loan, this is considered to be riba. I'll give you a number of manifestations of this so that you can widen your horizons a little bit. In India, and I mentioned this before, I think here or somewhere else, and in the subcontinent, they have a big house. They give it to a person who's rich for rent. Yet they take a very large and huge deposit. And they take a minimal fee, something negligible as rent. So instead of paying $1,000 a month rent, they pay $5 rent, which is nothing. Because this is a loan, which is the deposit they had given, and the interest they're getting is living in that big house, renting it for nothing. Another example, which maybe most of you will be shocked to hear and probably would hate me for that, but I'm used to it, is when you have a credit card and a debit card and they give you cash back. When it's credit card, the cashback is halal. Why? Because I am borrowing from them $10,000. I bought merchandise. I paid it the next week. So they give me 1% cashback. I didn't borrow. They didn't borrow anything from me so that they're giving me interest. No, it's the opposite. In debit cards, it's haram. Because when I come to the debit card, I charge it, I put in it $10,000. So when I buy with this $10,000, this is the money I lent it to the debit card company. And they're paying it off. They're using it in transactions and interests and whatever. But they're utilizing the $10,000 that I've deposited until I consume all of it. Then they give me cash back. And this is interest money. And this is haram. This is a gift. Likewise, I am a multi-millionaire. I wish. And I have a bank account that is so fat. I'm a VIP client. Every single year, the admins of the bank call me, Sheikh Asim, so we have a humble gift that we would like to give you. And they give me a big box of chocolates. They give me a mobile phone, latest model. They give me few things as gift. Wow, man, I'm a lucky man. Why are they giving me? Are they giving it to me because I have a white beard? I'm an old man. My eyes are green. They're not green, but maybe, or blue. Why are they giving me this? Or these gifts? These gifts are riba. But I'm not dealing in riba. I have a current account. I don't have a saving account. I don't take a penny from them. Yes, you don't. But you're depositing your money in their bank. And your money, which is deposited in their bank, is actually a loan. They're not going to put your wealth in a box and lock it and put it safe in the basement. Not going to do that. They're taking their wealth, utilizing it by building a building, giving it a loan, an interest-based loan, buying currency, putting it in treasury, buying stocks, all of these things, which is a loan from me to them. Because if they lose their stocks, if the banks burnt to the ground, if the currencies fall, today I want my $1 million back. And they'll give it to me immediately. Without any excuses. Oh, we did this, we did that. We had a failure in our business. Nothing of the sort. End deal. So this is a loan given to them. Whatever you get is riba. Now, not only, let me rephrase that. Not every benefit you get is riba. If it's unconditional, if it was not anticipated, there's no problem in that. I'll give you an example. Akhi, I need $10,000 for 1 month. I need a loan. Can you please give it to me? Sure, Sheikh. Whatever you wish. Here's a check. Faddal. I take it, I cash it. After 1 month, I come to the brother. Akhi, barakallahu feek. Here is a check of $11,000. I said, what's this? I gave you only 10,000. I said, yes, I know. This 1,000 is a gift, a gesture of goodwill. I said, no, Sheikh, I cannot take it. This is riba. No, it's not riba. Because it was not conditioned in the beginning, prior. It was not stipulated, not even hinted. Because some people say, okay, Sheikh, this is $10,000. You may return it after 1 month, and don't forget us from whatever kindness you may give. This is hinted. The Prophet ﷺ once borrowed a camel from a man. And he told him, once we get from the sadaqah, I'll give you back your loan. And the camel was of 2 years of age, which was young. So when the camels of charity came, the Prophet ordered Abu Rafi' to pay the man back. So Abu Rafi' came, O Prophet of Allah, we could not find the same age of the man's camel. We found 5 years of age, which is much more expensive. So the Prophet said to them, give it to him. The best of people are the ones who repay their debts best. So the man did not stipulate any conditions and was not anticipating any increase, nor hinted to it. The Prophet's habit ﷺ was always to repay better than what he had received in the beginning. And this is totally legit. The riba is when there is something between us that we would like to settle in a sense, or agree upon. I heard one of the so-called scholars cascading this to anything. So he said, riba al-fadl, anything that you exchange that is similar to another thing, extra. And this is wrong, totally wrong. The thing that is not permissible to be exchanged extra are the 6 items or whatever falls underneath them. But if I go to a mobile shop and I say, Akhi, this is an iPhone 5 SE. This is 4 years old. And it's one of the best phones that I had ever owned in my life. And I advise you, I think there are a few in the market and it's very cheap, but it's very old looking, small, people don't like it. I love it. So I go to the market and I say to the mobile shop's owner, Akhi, I need a iPhone 12 or 11. He said, well, this costs you an arm and a leg. So I said, how much would I have to pay you if I want to give you my mobile? He said, you have to pay me another $2,800. Whoa, that's a lot of cash, man. Okay, I have like 3 of those. So can I bring 3 mobiles? He said, bring them. So I bring him 3 mobiles. One is a Huawei, one is Samsung, one is iPhone. He looks at him, okay, I'll give you this iPhone 11 for these 3 mobiles. Then one says, Sheikh, this is Riba. Why? Because you're exchanging 1 for 3. And this is totally Riba. This is what you taught us in the class. I didn't teach you this. Come on, don't misunderstand me and misquote me. I said the 6 items that the Prophet ﷺ indicated, these are the haram thing to have fadl, riba al-fadl, an increase in it, of the same category. Gold to gold, silver to silver, wheat to wheat, barley to barley, dates to dates, salt to salt. Or what falls underneath them, such as currencies. So you don't sell $100 for $105. Totally riba. It has to be the same. But if they differ, so I have 2 cars that are 3 years old, and I take them to the dealer's shop and I take 1 car this year's model. No problem. Because it's neither price to buy things and it's neither something consumed and weighed at the same time. So you have to understand this concept in order to understand what riba is. And when you deal in your transactions, you should, okay, yeah, I remember taking a good class and I understand where riba is coming from, and most likely this is not riba. Let me ask. And you ask and you learn. This is how you gain knowledge. Analyzing, asking, going back to the fundamentals of fiqh that you had learned, usul al-fiqh, which is a very important subject, going back to the Islamic fiqh, which we read from A to Z as we are attempting to do here. Then go to the 2nd level of Islamic fiqh, to the 5th level, which is more expandable and more branches and many more issues to ponder upon. This gives you the mentality of a faqih, a juror, a scholar who can understand, not jump to conclusions saying halal, haram without thoroughly going through it.